Whom? I still see her eyes at night, wide, black, and begging, not for help, but for something older, something darker, something already inside her. I'll never forget what happened to me in the village of Obudu, Nigeria, back in 2016. I was 22, fresh out of NYS, and trying to find peace. I stayed with my grandmother that year, far from the noise of the city. I thought I'd find calm. But what I found instead, I still can't explain. Her name was Abeni. She was 19, disabled, born with thick, heavy legs that made walking painful and slow. Some said it was elephantiasis, some said it was a curse from the gods. Her legs didn't look swollen in a medical way. They looked unnatural, smooth and shapeless, like they were filled with wet sand. But it was her eyes that got to you. Always searching, always tired. She barely spoke, but when she did, it felt like she had already cried out 1,000 times before that moment. I first saw her during a local prayer meeting. My grandma's church was trying to deliver her through fasting and prayer. She sat in the middle while they shouted in tongues, poured oil and clapped over her head. She didn't scream or cry or even move. She just stared at the ceiling the whole time. After that day, I saw her more often. I offered to help her carry water once. She didn't say thank you, just looked at me like I was part of something she had already decided. That was the first day she spoke to me directly. "Will you follow me to the river shrine?" she asked. I laughed. Thought it was a joke. Everyone in Obudu knew the river shrine was forbidden. They said the spirit of Anyanwu, the river mother, lived there. No one had gone there since 1993, when a young boy was found dead, with his face buried in the mud and his hands clutched to his ears. But she wasn't joking. She asked me again the next week, and again after that, until I gave in. We went at night. It was past 11 p.m. when we crossed into the bush path behind her house. The forest was quiet, too quiet. No crickets, no frogs, just the sound of her dragging her feet and breathing hard. She carried nothing. I had a small torch. The beam barely reached more than a few steps ahead. But somehow she walked like she knew every branch and turn. After about 20 minutes, we reached the riverbank. The air there felt thicker, like stepping into warm soup. That's when I noticed the altar. Old stones arranged in a tight circle, covered in black cloth, bones, and something red. Might have been paint, might not. Then she said it. "I want you to give my legs to her." Before I could speak, she started to walk into the water. Her steps were slow, but sure. I shouted, tried to grab her, but the second my hand touched her shoulder, I felt it. Cold, deep, bone-deep cold, like her body wasn't made of flesh anymore. She turned to me once. Her eyes weren't hers anymore. They were black, fully black. No whites, no light. And then she said, "She's inside me now." The water rose fast, too fast. It covered her legs, then her waist, then her chest. I was screaming, begging. She didn't even blink, just kept walking. She never came out. They found me the next morning lying by the bank, soaked and shaking. I couldn't speak for 2 days. When I finally told the elders, they told me something I'll never forget. Abeni was never supposed to be born. Her mother had done a ritual, an old one, the kind meant to bring fortune. But it demanded something in return. And when it didn't get it, it cursed the child.
They had warned her mother. She didn't listen. And Abeni had been searching for a way to undo that curse her whole life. I still dream of her standing in the water, eyes black, skin pale, smiling. Every time I woke up, my legs feel heavy. And sometimes I think I hear a voice whispering from the river, telling me it is my turn.